Hello, I am Aline Mutabazi. I am going to conduct the street interview, which I will use in my project under the goal of contribute to society, and that project is called Government and Youth. Thank you so much. So this video will be about that interview and my comments on the interview. Thank you so much. Hi. Today is 15th March 2018. My name is Aline Mutabazi. I am a student in the Bachelor of Arts program in College for America, Southern New Hampshire. I am conducting this interview as part of an academic course. With your consent, I will record this interview and use information in the street interview. I am working for a contribute to the project. The interview will be used to create the street interview and submit it to College for America so that my project can be evaluated. This recording will be used solely for this purpose. The interview will be temporarily stored in the College for America online evaluation system, to which only the evaluator and College for America staff will have access. Do you have any questions? You can problem. Do you give your consent to the interview and then to others? Please read this.
I, the director, give my informed consent to participate in this interview to be recorded and used as part of the student academic.
Thank you so much. So the first question is, what are the three branches of government?
The three branches of the government are legislative, judicial, and executive.
Thank you, that's correct. So what does each branch do, if you know?
I'm not sure, but one of them makes sense.
Okay, thank you. So Democrats and Republicans are the major parties. Can you name a third party?
I'm not sure, but I know that there is also Green Party.
So it's one of them, so there are many. Thank you. So what is the basic process by which program with College for America, Southern New Hampshire University, and I am conducting this interview as a part of my academic course. With your consent, I will record this interview and use the information in the street interview I'm working on for a contribute to society project. The interview will be used to create the street interview and submitted to College for America so that my project can be evaluated. This recording will be used solely for this purpose. The interview will be temporarily stored in the College for America online evaluation system, to which only the evaluator and College for America staff will have access. Do you have any questions? I don't have any questions. Do you give your consent to be recorded? Yes. Please agree.
I, Florence Miguela, give my informed consent to participate in this interview to be recorded and used as a part of the student academic.
Thank you so much. So the first question I want to ask you is, what are the three branches of government?
Thank you so much for that question. Well, I don't know where the three branches of the government, but I think there is legislative and executive. That's what I know.
So thank you so much. There is the third one, which is judicial. So what does each branch do?
What I know about legislative, it's like setting laws for the government, and executive, it's like setting the leaders for the government.
Okay, thank you so much. So another question is, Democrats and Republicans are the major parties. Can you name a third party?
I don't think there is a third party in United States government. I think there are only two parties, like Democrats and Republicans.
Okay, thank so much. So the last question is, what is the basic process by which a bill becomes law?
I don't know where the light process, but I think that the bill to become a law, it has to be signed by the president in order to be a law.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you too.
So I want to comment on the answers given in the interview, and I want to add some additional information so that it can be really understandable. According to US.gov 2017, the three branches of government are executive, judicial, and legislative. So all the interviewers have tried to do their best, because the first one answered all the three branches and the second one answered two of them. So the executive branch is composed of the president, vice president, and the cabinet. The president is the one who chose the cabinet, but it has to be approved by the Senate by at least 51 votes. The legislative is composed of the Congress. The Congress is the Senate and the House of Representatives. There is 100 Senates, 2 from each state, and they serve for 6-year term. And the House of Representatives are 135 representatives, and they are from different states depending on each state population. And they serve for 2-year term. The judicial is composed of the Supreme Court and other federal courts, and Supreme Court has 9 justices voted by the President and approved by the Senate. So as it is seen on the chart, the legislative writes laws, the executive enforces laws, and the judicial interprets laws. So all those work together through checking and balances, so that the rights of citizens have to be done with. So, for instance, when you look at this chart paper, so the legislative confirms or rejects appointments by executive or judicial. So this shows how they can balance their power. So they have their own power of enforcing laws or interpret laws. So the legislative can reject that or confirm that. Also, the judicial can declare acts of the legislative branch to be unconstitutional. So you see that the judicial also has power over the two, and the executive also can veto a legislation or appoint judges. They can veto legislation. We see that about making a bill or a bill becoming a law. Going on the third question about the party system, so they have tried to answer, but the second interview said that there is no third law, but it is there. So the two-party system means the system in which two parties dominate. For instance, in the US context, the Democrats and the Republicans dominate. So according to Scholastic, the American and other leaders have started the first party in US, which was the Federalist. In 1796, the Anti-Federalists formed a party which was called Democratic Republican, where it was led by Andrew Johnson. So when it was led by Jefferson. So in 1828, when Andrew Johnson was elected, he changed the party to the Democrats. So the Johnson met and they formed their own party, which was called the National Republican. So that party was against him, and after that the party has Democrats and the National Republicans have grown up, and they have made like the two-party system. So according to Nwazota 2004, there is the third party, which is the minor party, and the minor party also has like the most active in it, which is the Green Party, the Reform Party, the Libertarians, and the Constitution, as well as the National Party. So those parties has the influence on U.S. policy and the debate, political debate, in spite of their minor presence. So Sean Wiltz, director of the American Studies program at Princeton University, said that the third party are the ones that raise the issue that other parties are afraid of raising. So you understand that they have they are present in the other parties, make an influence on Americans. So in addition, that the third party gives the candidates in elections. Going on the other question about the process by which a bill becomes a law, all have tried to answer that the president has something to do in it, but they were not sure because it was a long process, and the first interviewee said that it is a long process of a bill becoming a law. So I want to talk about how the whole process is going according to National Human Genome Resource Institute. So there is 10 steps by which a bill becomes a law. The first step, as it is here, a bill is born. So it says that anyone may draft it, but the Congress is the one who can introduce it, and by that they become the sponsors. So also the president, a member of cabinet, and the head of federal can also introduce the legislation. After being introduced, it is going to the committee action where they analyze that and they have to then analyze that carefully, act on it, or let it go. So if the committee doesn't approve it, so they direct it that it doesn't become a law. The third one is the subcommittee action, which includes so they analyze the whole thing, and from that they can make it, they can sit down on subcommittee action, and they can make markup. So markup makes change in the amendment prior to the recommendation of the bill. So they make some change. After that, it goes to the committee action to report a bill. So according, it was also called ordering a bill reported, which was the recommendation of the bill to the House. So after that, there is a voting. They sit down, they debate, and they vote for the bill. They can vote it or let it go. So after voting, it goes to referral to other chambers. So it comes from the Senate and the House of Representatives and goes to other chamber. And referring the bill to the other chamber, it follows the same route as the first one, which is committee action, subcommittee, markup, notice. After that, they can become a conference committee action where when the other chamber doesn't agree with the Senate, they sit down and vote for conference committee action to see if they can approve that or if they can let the bill go. So if they approve that or if they make the agreement of continuing the bill, it goes to the next, which is final action, where they give the president that outcome of the review. So the president can approve that or veto that bill. So if he veto a bill, they can go to the next step, which is overriding a veto. This shows that the two-thirds of the majority, when they vote that bill can be a law, so they make that bill a law. So that is the main process of which a bill becomes a law, and this marks the end of my presentation. So the summary of it, I've started with this checks and balances by telling what all the legislative, executive, and judicial do. The one writes law, enforces executive, enforces law, judicial interprets law, and I've said the people who are the legislative, executive, and judicial branch. So I said how all those check each other. So they has its responsibility, but it can also work on others' responsibility so that the citizens' rights can be opposed. So also I've talked about the two-party system, which is how in U.S. Republicans and Democrats dominate other, which is the minor party, and how the two-party system started and ended with the process by which a bill becomes a law. So thank you so much. This marks the end of my presentation.